Talk about Thursday night footy show, Spud. I rolled in to get ready for it, and I noticed that our man here, the Wolf, had a little bit more about him than normal.
What?
And a little bit more, physical sort of swagger. And this is a man that carries significant swagger anyway. And I realised that it was on the back of the signing of Neil Craig, where he's beaten Collingwood and beaten Carlton and beaten a couple of the big clubs to the signature. And I thought he had a real happiness about himself.
Well, the Sheriff's got the job done, let's face it. He's a silent assassin.
Swept in.
Silent assassin, quiet, he just
Very
stealth in amongst it, missing from St Kilda. They're still flat with that.
Tight polo jumper.
Neil Craig had 1,000 jobs on offer.
Pleatless
America, ACB, cricket, tennis, you name it. And the old
clubs.
Sheriff just said, no, come over and help me.
Hugo Boss boot and an aviator sunglass, and he has just swept in and gone bang, Damo.
And Jade Rawlings on the end of it as well.
The twig. Yep. It is a significant coup to get Misson and Neiled away from the grass of other clubs, and then to throw Craig in over the top of them all. It's the only thing. There's some people made the observation, Gaz, yesterday to me that both Neil Craig and Dave Misson have a high performance background. Is there any demarcation there? Given that Neil Craig's the head of the organisation now, isn't he? So Misson and Neil report to him. Is that how it's going to work?
Absolutely right. But Dave Misson runs his own show, Damo. Okay. There's absolutely no doubt about that. And very complimentary setup. I would have thought to have Neil be able to sit across and have experience in what he does and have experience in what Mark Neil does, I think is a wonderful thing.
So when do you hand over the keys to the club, Gaz?
Got a couple more still to go, Chief.
A couple more?
Yes.
Have you?
Yes.
Big names?
We've got one more.
Players? We're talking now.
I've heard you're going to have a massive trade week, Gaz. 2 Mondays from now.
Not my area.
It would be.
No, it's
Nothing's
not.
done at that.
Body language.
You've got that much
money.
money.
There's a marlin ready to be caught.
Chief wound up like it. So Spud's wound up like it.
There's a marlin ready to be caught. I can tell. I'm good reading body language.
You had set aside roughly $500,000 for Tom Scully, which you now don't need to pay. Right. You've got that much money to spend should you need it.
What have we got to do with it?
Get a player.
Who?
Chris Dawes.
Well, you tell me.
Big Dawsey.
Dawsey said he's staying.
The big doorstop.
Sam Gilbert.
Dawsey said he's staying. I would
Brendan
think
Goddard.
he'd demand $500,000. Sam Gilbert.
Well, you could get him and someone else.
BJ Goddard.
Well, he would
Goddard
$500,000, but he's got a year to go on his contract.
But you are going to go for a big name, aren't
Not
you?
my area, mate. No, it's on serious. The coach is there now.
Do you think you might go? Do you think the club would benefit from having a seasoned player?
Yeah, we'd benefit from Brendan Goddard.
Chief sits on the trade time behind the
look
scenes.
at him.
Yes, you do. Don't look at me like, Gaz, will you be sitting in behind the scenes there? Just little tidbits on the end of it?
I'll be out the side doors. But not like Chief. I don't go in and slam the table like the Chief does.
Gaz,
although he has been my inspiration over the journey. But no, I won't be doing anything.
Gaz, give us something now. You've given us nothing since you
took
on this
I think we need to give him a pat on the back.
We do,
to be brutally
absolutely.
honest. I think it's been a great coup to get these key signings.
Absolutely, but now that it's grand final day...
Must be a butt coming.
He's gone from one end to the other, Spud, isn't he? He's hooking into you and then pat you on the back.
He knows the way I work. I'm very proud of Garry.
I'll tell you what I've noticed, mate, and that is for the first 5 minutes of this segment we talked about we landing this and he landed that and there was no interrupting. There was no move on you blokes. He's just worn it. Hey, as sweet as you like.
You know where he gets it from.
No, that's right. Yeah.
You know where he gets it from. Thursday night footy show when Damo comes on and just smashes every story.
That's exactly
and
right.
you two guys, well, you've nailed it again, Damo. Damo's up the end. Well, I've done. Okay, what's next? Okay, I'll be back next week, boys. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what about you the other night at the Coaches Association?
Yeah, how did that go? Because there's a big Coaching Association Awards night, Wednesday night. That's your night of nights for you.
It is a big night.
You really shone. You had your hair done. And
were you there?
Your tie was done in a better knot than it is now. And
Spud, is it true that the entire night is run by the Frawley family?
That's how I understand it.
No, my wife's a very good event manager. Park your head over to the right there. She's heavily involved over there. She's very good at it.
And who are the presenters? Who presented the awards?
Charge for
No, there was a couple of my young daughters that were the hostesses to lead the recipients up and down the stage. When I had to get up and
you gave your daughter a clip in front of 800 people, including all 17 senior coaches.
No.
You gave her a clip.
Mate,
did you give her a clip?
I had a 2.5 minute speech, and it was
you were sweating up
to the minute. There was a little bit of a
It was a
beat of sweat
Simon
there.
Davis sort of go too.
It was. It was very
a
flat line. Well,
yeah.
it's pretty daunting when you look down. You got Lee Matthews, John Kennedy Senior.
Did you
David
go for
Parker.
Did you
No
go for a
zingers,
zinger
guys.
off
No,
the
zingers, mate. No, it was
didn't
Simon
try a
Davis.
little
No,
bit.
Simon Davis.
What, Julian Weiner?
Yep.
Sort of
Yep.
real
half pitch, sort of straight into the middle
no.
stump there.
Come on,
But
Spud.
anyway, I had to present a montage of Neil Coag's outstanding coaching career. And I've looked around, and the hostesses, which my middle daughter was basically out the back picking her nose.
Beautiful daughter, Chelsea.
Basically had to give her a bake in front of 800 people, so I apologise for Danielle. But anyway, it was a good night. It's a good industry night. Did you enjoy it, though?
I reckon it's the best night in September in terms of AFL functions, Danny, because I reckon in that room, unlike other
best.
functions,
Yeah, there's no egos
they
there.
give of themselves, guys. Like Mick
Who
Malthouse
does?
spoke beautifully.
The
Mick Malthouse.
two
Chris Scott was
grand final
unbelievably
coaches
good.
get up for half an hour each.
Yep.
And Hamish McLaughlin, I might add, our own Triple M, he nailed the interviews.
He did.
Damo.
He did.
He got a lot out of those boys, and it was just great to see Malthouse and Scott just have a chat without the cameras on, behind the scenes, to see how emotional those guys were about it and how excited they were.
Yeah, it captured where those guys are at. Mick, as we know, at the end of 28 years of consecutive coaching, and Chris Scott entering his 25th game into a grand final. It's I thought the night, and it has been that way for a couple of years. I'm not saying this because you're sitting next to me, Danny, because I don't like complimenting you at the best of times. But to me, it's the best September footy function.
Damo, was there a fashion pod there?
The Channel 7 revolving...
The girls go, don't they? The wives?
There was a lot of it's
a lot of guys.
It's fairly male orientated, but there's a lot of females starting to get to the night. But anyway, it was a pretty good night.